Asteroid City. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day. Deadpool 3 casting news, Wonder Woman news, Aquaman 2, and we got a couple of trailers to talk about, like Master Gardener and Asteroid City. So let's start off there, guys. Wes Anderson has dropped a trailer for his new movie called Asteroid City, and it's up there right now, guys. For some reason, my Chrome was set up a second ago for some reason, but we're ready to rock and roll. Asteroid City. Yeah. Asteroid City. Wes Anderson has dropped his new trailer for Asteroid City, and I did a trailer reaction for it this morning. Yeah, I read the premise for this, and I was kind of intrigued. The itinerary of a junior stargazer convention is spectacularly disrupted by world-changing events. Now, it's slated to come out June 23rd, 2023, but it's got a huge cast with Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Hong Chow, Hope Davis, Margot Robbie was in that. Was she in that trailer? Sophia Lillis, we just saw her in Dungeons and Dragons that comes out this week. So guys, go check out that because she's really good in that. Of course, you know, Scarlett Johansson is my number one favorite actress of all time. Bryan Cranston, Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody, Steve Carell, Edward Norton, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swinton, cool, man. Matt Dillon is in this. Nice. And Maya Hawke. So, as I said, I did watch the trailer this morning, and I'm not exaggerating anything here, guys. This is the washed out color palette of the trailer. Liev Schreiber, right? Is that Liev Schreiber right there? It's a period piece from the director of Moonrise Kingdom and the Grand Budapest Hotel. So it's going to have that quirkiness to it. Yeah. Of course, because it's Wes Anderson, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. The cast is a big draw. Actually, it started off with a lot with Commissioner Gordon, right? Yeah. So, Asteroid City. If Hourglass Viking says Hourglass City is missing Michael Cena, feels like his kind of movie. Yeah, it does sort of feel like that. Jason Schwartzman. I'll do the roll call here. Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, that's his name, Jeffrey Wright. Huge. You recognize who he is. Bryan Cranston, Liev Schreiber, Maya Hawke, Hong Chow. Now, I want to ask you guys a question out there. There was a subreddit asking the question, what is one of the common current pet peeves you have for movie trailers? And somebody said it's the roll calls. It's when they say, look at all these people in this movie. Because it really doesn't do much these days, right? I kind of agree with that. I do like Scarlett Johansson. I will watch her in it. But it's kind of like, is that, for some people, I guess it will be a selling point of the movie that, hey, look at all these people in this movie. But, I mean, just look at what happened with, like, Babylon and stuff like that. It tanked, right? So it's kind of like, it's not the people that sell the movie anymore here in North America. It's more about, like, what the story is about. And I'll be brutally honest. The trailer didn't really tell me exactly what the heck this movie's about. It just showed a bunch of quirky scenes. And it's Wes Anderson. So, like, it's got the art house community out there. So it's got, like, all the snob... yeah. James, did you just call the art house community snobs? Well, there's definitely a snobbish contingent to the art house community. But it's definitely going to have those people out there that'll be saying, James, you can't complain about the color palette. You can't do this because of this. And it's all his style. And you don't understand, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, I understand Wes Anderson's style. It didn't move me. It didn't make me go, holy crap, guys, you got to check out that trailer. And why isn't the comments loading up for that? Let's see what's going on over here for the comments. Love how Wes Anderson frames his shots. It's like a comic book. Wes can always pull together a phenomenal cast. So as I said, yeah, it's going to have the Wes Anderson fans out in droves this morning. So, hey, maybe people won't like my trailer reaction. You know what I would love? A Wes Anderson theme park based on his movies. Yeah. He did Life Aquatic, right? I got Life Aquatic vibes from this. Please tell me that your comment section is loaded. Why haven't you loaded? Okay. Well, we'll look at the comments over here. Good to see Steve Carell back on the big screen. Okay, so fans of the cast. My year is almost made. A new Wes Anderson movie is coming out, and he finally got Tom Hanks in one of them. Your year is almost made. So this person hangs just on Wes Anderson movies. Doesn't seem to have an appreciation for Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan. But, you know, hey, we're all movie fans here, right? So video is unavailable. It's set to private. That's why it's not loading. Huh. But that's from the actual site. That's scary. I don't know if I like that, guys. If I get a slap on the... If they block all these trailers for some reason, that's not good. Maybe I should set my Asteroid City trailer reaction to private. Yeah, because that's from the actual company's website, that trailer. And it's saying video is not private. It's private. But they said all yesterday on social media that the trailer was dropping today, so why would they launch the trailer and then put it to private? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think we're fine. Universal Pictures Ireland has it out. One Media has it out. Rapid Trailer. So they would have to block all of these ones. Focus Features. Yeah, that's where I got it from. Focus Features. Didn't I? Huh. Weird. They said it was blocked. Curious. An anomaly that happened there. Let's take some live comments here. Maybe I could move down the chat bar because I don't have to contend with. Oh, I'd have to extend it. Asteroid City is missing Michael Cena. Yeah, Byford the Hobbit says common pet peeves movie trailer is they give away the whole movie and end credit scenes. Oh yeah, I hate that too. I hate when they give. I don't expect there to be an end credit scene for Asteroid City, but yeah, I hate that too. It's very Midwestern kind of niche. Would the world be drawn into this movie? Feels like a long form SNL sketch. Perhaps a little bit there, Art Glass. Little. But as I said, I did like Grand Budapest Hotel. I do appreciate Wes Anderson's style in small doses. Some of his stuff doesn't work for me though. I'll watch it for the cast. ScarJo's my big draw. A lot of people who like Tom Hanks. Jason Schwartzman, I do like him. It's good to see him back in something because he is a good actor. But yeah, it's very the comment about it being framed like a cartoon is very like a comic. Like look at that shot, look at that frame, for sure. The aesthetic, and who knows, maybe this will show up better on the big screen. Because for me, it just looks a little too washed out here on the small screen. But that's just my minor nitpicks of it, guys. Asteroid City. Set to debut only in theaters June 23rd. June 23rd. Okay. So, you guys seen it? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Okay, guys. If you don't follow me on social medias, there are all my other handles. I'll publish like stories. Like today I was going to watch Attack of the Clones. I still haven't been back to the weekly schedule yet, but like we do full movie reactions when I'm up and feeling 100% for like Batman Returns. We did Phantom Menace like a week and a half ago, and I really wanted to be on like episode 3 today, but I do have everything ready to go, so it's going to be coming, guys. Episode 2 is going to be coming. Later on today at 1 p.m. we will be watching The Mandalorian, episode 5, so really looking forward to that one. And tomorrow we'll be watching Survivor, episode 5. And yeah, Grumpy Man. Hey, we did Tangled, and it's all going to be coming back soon, guys. Full tilt here. Last week or not last week, 2 weeks ago, we watched The Ritual. I still have the menu in queue, so like as you can see, I still got all the thumbnails for all these things. So we will be watching The Menu at some point. On Saturdays, we do a horror weekly roundup. And of course, you know, we do movie news there Monday and Fridays most of the time. But because I can't sit here for 2 hours constantly going like that. It's gross. You guys don't want to sign up for that, because the movie reactions are like timeless. They'll be evergreen. So like 2 years from now, somebody could watch that, and do they really want to watch me sitting there going like that, like grunting and trying to clear out my sinuses? No, I don't want that on the record. So I'll wait till I get full faculty of my voice back. I'm just starting to get it back now. But yeah, just got to be patient. Got to be patient. It sounds weird sometimes when I try to use all my voice, but it's okay. We'll get there. All right. Byford the Hobbit says, Survivor, will James have enough energy? Bye, Danny. Well, yeah, they better not get rid of one of my favorite. Oh, well, they got rid of, hey, four of my favorites in a row they got rid of this season. Will they get rid of the fifth one, the guy who got his shoulder injured? I don't know. We'll have to find out tomorrow. Okay. Yesterday, they dropped a trailer for a movie called Master Gardener with Joel Edgerton. And I am a huge Joel Edgerton fan. Like just the small little roles that he takes sometimes too, like in Obi-Wan series. He was back as Uncle Owen, and he's a master actor, and he directs too. Now he's not directing this one, but it's slated for March 31st. My God, so this is just like what, in 2 days. The synopsis reads: a meticulous horticulturist who is devoted to tending the grounds of a beautiful estate and pandering to his employer, the wealthy dowager. But it also has Sigourney Weaver in it. And the trailer dropped for this yesterday. And I gotta tell you, I was kind of blown away from this trailer. Yeah, he's a gardener, but it also seems like he's got a little bit of that Taken, kind of like he's an specialist wet worker or whatever, like an assassin or something. So it's got that vibe to it. I don't know if he's having an affair with Sigourney Weaver. I mean, God, Sigourney Weaver's like ageless, like timeless beauty for sure. Oh, I didn't notice that there's a nice little pooch sitting there. Cool. Yeah, so I guess her daughter or somebody she's responsible for, she asks Joel Edgerton to take care of her and train her in gardening. Although I think the term gardening, it means something else, like to actually take care of yourself. And hey, you know what? Let's just watch this. Who cares if we get copyright claimed? I don't.
The Nandina is a species of flowering plant native to Eastern Asia. The smell at certain times of the year gives you a real buzz. Like the buzz you get just before pulling the trigger.
I'm the writer of Taxi Driver.
I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
My grandniece. I would like you to take her on as an apprentice. She dropped out of school and then she ended up in a bad crowd.
You'll learn how to garden.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with the life that you have?
How would you ask?
Very interesting premise.
You talk a lot of shit, but there's one thing you don't talk about.
What's that?
Yourself.
Well, there's not much to know.
Yeah, he's got some kind of a past, right?
Oh, well, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Even if they're dead, you're not forgotten.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Take off your shirt.
Uh-oh. No, I don't think we see anything in this.
You're impertinent.
Maya's just finding her own way.
And I'm the Queen of Scotland.
Yeah, look at that. Joel Edgerton, like he just
Gardening is a belief in the future.
he
A belief that
didn't see
things
his,
will happen according to plan.
his face. He just saw what he was doing.
What are you gonna do?
Time to start a new life.
I have created this life.
A little bit of like Man on Fire vibe,
Rules.
right?
Now
He's
seems the time to break one.
taking care of like an innocent person. Master Gardener. In theaters May 19th. Okay, it says May 19th there, but the trailer says May 19th. The IMDb says like in 2 days. So May 19th is when this comes out. Very interesting trailer. I dug what I was seeing, and yeah. The IMDb says here 2022. So maybe this came out limited release last year, and now it's getting a wider release this year. But good cast. Sigourney Weaver too, acting in a role that looks like it's not in the normal kind of wheelhouse that she's in. Like there's not sinister, but there's an edgy tone to it for sure, right? Like he's trying to protect her, but then she's gonna get trained in protecting herself. So I kind of like that aspect of it. Master Gardener, guys, did you see the trailer? Well, you just watched it with me. What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. All right, so I can cut that out and put it up later. Some live comments say, getting La Femme Nikita vibes from, and Sicario from Master Gardener. Hourglass Viking says, yeah. Mupp Pfeiffer says, Master Gardener's out May 19th in USA, yeah. Good trailer, though. I like those kind of, it looks like maybe it's going to be a bit of a slower burn, right? And I got no problem with that. Joel Edgerton, awesome as always. Okay, so let's get back into the movie news. Yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure. Aquaman 2. Aquaman 2 news. Jason Momoa teases that Aquaman's DCU future after the Lost Kingdom. Star says that there's possibly going to be more, while talking with Total Film Magazine, because I guess he's out promoting Fast 10, right? Peter Safran's my producer on Aquaman 2, and is a dear friend, the actor stated. I absolutely think Aquaman will be involved in the DCU. It's on, bro. There's no one bigger than Aquaman. Wow. Okay. So by that account, it almost seems like his version of Aquaman is going to continue on in the James Gunn universe, which will make a lot of people kind of like, again, throw out the question as to why do we need to reboot Superman? If you're keeping Aquaman, and like it's just there hasn't been a whole lot of clarity yet, and even myself, I haven't been able to say that, well, that sounds concrete, definitive by Jason Momoa's mouth, that it's confirmed. No, it's not confirmed yet, right? But also, I hope people are excited to see the new one. It's fun. I really enjoy doing comedy. There's something really funny with Patrick Wilson. I adore him. Okay, Patrick Wilson was his brother in Aquaman, right? We had a great time working together. It's like we're brothers. Well, yeah, you play brothers, huh? There's a lot of cool stuff happening in this one. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, directed by James Wan, comes out this year, guys. Comes out this November, I believe. It's just, hey, this is a big headline. Aquaman is a big draw, and I think a lot of what, at least not the main factor, but it's one of the factors that contributed to Shazam's, failure at the box office. Yes, Shazam! Fury of the Gods was a failure. Part of it is that we still don't know what the heck, how do these movies connect to what James Gunn is doing? Do they connect? There hasn't been that. Well, James Gunn feels like he's come out and said that yes, it's all going to make sense and it'll get all sorted out. It doesn't feel like that yet, right? As fans. And so people are still like, do I really need to go out and watch this? If this is it for it? why do I need to watch it, right? There's still that mentality to it. It's not like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where we know it's the last outing for that group of characters. It's kind of like we still don't know if this is the last outing for Jason Momoa as Aquaman. And if it is, it would be nice to know that going in so that, you could pay it proper respects. But by the accounts here, by what he's saying, I absolutely think Aquaman will be involved in the DCU. Yeah, Aquaman will be. But we just don't know if it'll be your Aquaman. And that's what people want to know, right? That's what people want to know. Wonder Woman news. Let's keep on with the DCU stuff. Aquaman, yeah, was there, but Wonder Woman's cut the Flash movie cameo. So I guess she was going to be in that Flash movie that was coming out. Yeah, she had apparently done like a bunch of these cameos. And yes, she was in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which suggests that perhaps, yes, maybe even Gal Gadot's going to continue on as Wonder Woman in the DC universe. I hope so. She's an awesome Wonder Woman. Aside from the first movie, she still hasn't gotten one where she's like triumphed, right? I don't know what the heck happened with 1984. They just shouldn't have greenlit that movie. There were some cool concepts in it, but I still like her as Wonder Woman. And when she showed up in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, I liked it. I did. But apparently, Ben Affleck has shed some light on the subject of her cameo in The Flash. One of the key players in the movie is Affleck's Batman, who will be done with the character after The Flash. So at least we know that. Ben Affleck has come out multiple times saying that he's done with Batman. He doesn't want to do any more DC stuff. As much as we would want him to. He's one of the better Batmans, and it sucks that he says he wants to be done with it. We know for a fact that his Batman will be done with The Flash. That's concrete information. That I believe. Affleck recently appeared in Smartless podcast where he briefly spoke about The Flash. He went on to talk about Wonder Woman's scene that Gal Gadot shot last year. According to Affleck, it would have been a pivotal moment between Diana Prince and Bruce Wayne, sharing the following. Quote, "It's my best I have done as Batman. It's my best stuff I've done as Batman," he says. "I finally figured out how to play the guy. I know I quit, but I got it now. Like you do the audition and you're on your way home and you're like, no, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there was a scene where I get saved by Wonder Woman during a conflagration with some bad guys. She gives me the lasso of truth, so what happens is that Batman divulges some of his real feelings about his life and his work." I was like, wait a minute, I got it. Oh, that sounds cool though. So he uses the lasso of truth and he spills his guts. I really like the scenes between Diana and Bruce Wayne that was in the normal cut of Justice League, but was not in the Snyderverse. So in the Snyder cut, all of those interactions were changed, and but I still like they had good on-screen chemistry, and it sucks that that's going to be done. And it sounds like that scene got cut, so that's a bummer. Why Wonder Woman's cameo was, yeah, why is it cut? You don't have to have it cut now. Maybe because it was setting up that Ben would be around more. Maybe they don't want people to think that, oh, look how awesome that was. Ben's still going to be. Can Ben still please be Batman? No, I don't think so. So we got some speculation here as to why that was cut. Key aspect of the number of removed cameos from the film. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is one of them. Henry Cavill's Superman is one of them. That sucks too for that. There's got to be something that the studio doesn't like Henry Cavill. As much as people say that, no, it's not like that, I look at all this evidence and I'm like, somebody in those executive offices doesn't like Henry Cavill. And I don't know who it is. It just, you get that vibe. And if they do manage to bring back, like, say Aquaman 2 makes $1 billion, Jason Momoa still comes back as Aquaman, and let's just say Zachary Levi and Gal Gadot come back as their characters, the only, like, Ben Affleck says that he wants to be out, so we understand that as fans. He just doesn't like the atmosphere. He didn't like what happened to him, right? We understand that. But we all like Henry Cavill. And there's just something, like, it's weird that it feels like he was getting singled out for some reason, right? Yeah. That's what I get. Like, when looking at the tea leaves, that's the vibe I get, that somebody in those offices doesn't like Henry Cavill. As both stars filmed scenes for the film, however, the new DC universe approaching their cameos has been taken out. This is heavily related to recent developments in both actors' characters. I don't know about that. But yeah, Flash comes out June 16th, right? I hope, like, preserve the scenes. This is what I say. You got all of it filmed. Put it in, like, the extra features, the deleted scenes of them. At least give the fans a little bit of satisfaction as to see what you were going to possibly do. And The Flash is going to have lots of those because they went back for reshoots multiple times on this project. And just looking at that picture of her, it's see, like, that you could cut out and you could put on your wall. It's just like, wow. Wow. Again, Wonder Woman never ceases to amaze me. I really do like Wonder Woman. I do like Gal Gadot. As I said, one of my favorite superheroes, for sure. Okay, let's change gears here and go over to the MCU. Let's talk about this Deadpool. Deadpool 3, casting news. Adds Succession actor Matthew McFadden. Now, I don't watch Succession, but I know that there are a lot of Succession fans out there. The feature will star Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. He's award-winning, isn't he? Didn't he win an award for playing this character in Succession? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, yeah, we know that. McFadden's role is unknown, but the feature was searching for a character described as being a third wheel. A third wheel? I don't know about that. I was thinking maybe he'd be kind of like the villain. That's what I was thinking. Deadline's first to report. Third Deadpool movie comes out years. Still no release date, right? This film dated for November 8th, 2024. So it's supposed to maybe come out next year. Maybe. Succession actor Matthew McFadden. And we know that Hugh Jackman's been beefing up. He's been working out again to try to put on a little bit of mass. But I do expect Wolverine to wear a lot of, like, vests and stuff to cover up, like, so that he doesn't have to be as ripped as he was, like, for Wolverine. You know, the one that took place in Japan. Like, that, I think, was his prime. Actually, X-Men Days of Future Past, he was pretty ripped in that one, too. I mean, when he got down to, like, what, 6-7% body fat. It was like, God, it was so sickening. Yeah. Like, it's not sustainable. Like, being that low. You just can't do it. Your body says no. You got to have some fat on your body. You have to. Anyway, I'm digressing. Deadpool 3, guys, what do you think about that cast? Jeremy Renner was in the news in an interview. First time seeing him since he got in that accident. It's his first interview since snowplow accident with Diane Sawyer. So there he is, sitting down. I expected to see, like, well, he posted that video that we saw the other day of him on a treadmill. So it doesn't seem, I thought he was going to have like screws put into his bones and stuff, but I guess not, like pins. A story of terror, survival, and triumph. We will see the actor opening up about painful details of his accident, his hospitalization, and his recovery. April 6th is when this is set to air. And yeah, I'll be watching this. As he talks about some of his upcoming projects. We know for the MCU, he's got something coming out called Renovations or something like that. And if you don't know the story, guys, out where it was snowing near his house. A family member was coming or leaving or something like that. Got stuck in the snow, so he got into a snowplow to help them get out of the snow. I guess he thought he had put it in park. He got out to help move the car, and it started rolling towards him. He tried to get back in, but it sucked him under, and he got run over by it, by a 3,000-pound machine. And that sucks. I'm sure his life flashed before his eyes. That's just like, out of all the things that could happen, you just never think that could happen, right? Yeah. And it looks like he's been well taken care of if he's sitting there. So April 6th is when this comes out. I'm doing it again because I was going right at my nephew. Because it was going right at, so it sounds like it started rolling. And he tried to get in because it was going right for his nephew. All right. Yeah. So that's his family member, right? I just perfectly see him in a pool of blood from his head, Renner nephew recalls. I ran up to him and I didn't think he was alive. Oh, yeah. Now, seeing that, yeah, that's traumatic too, man. Seeing a family member get run over by this thing. That's just so scary, guys. Like, and it just goes to show that, again, that how fragile life could be. Can't take it for granted all the times, and it doesn't seem like Jeremy Renner does. He's everything that I hear about him. He's a stand-up dude. You know, he's very grounded too. He's not full of himself, like, hey, I'm a big movie star and blah 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 like this. He sounds like he's a guy that you can go have like a beer with and talk like hockey or baseball or something with, right? He's just one of the guys. Yeah. Anyway, looking forward to that for sure. Pfeiffer says Dead Ringer is a TV show. I've never seen James watch a TV show trailer. It just related. Well, yeah, we did actually watch the trailer for Dead Ringers on the Horror Weekly Roundup like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We watched the teaser for it. Rachel Weisz, Dead Ringers, yeah. She plays like twins. One of them falls in love with another girl, and I guess they both pine for that girl at the same time or something like that. So the twins start to fight with each other. Very interesting premise, based on a Stephen King story that was made by David Cronenberg. Yeah. Glass says Jeremy's interview is going to be emotional, but such a relief to see him communicating with the world. Yeah, that definitely too. Glass for sure. Have to take a look keep an eye out for that one on ABC. Okay. Hugh Grant has been out promoting Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, and he was on the late night show circuit. I guess he was with Colbert. I don't watch late night show anymore, man. Hugh Grant says he thinks there would be more affairs on set if phones were banned. What? More affairs? I guess he's trying to be a little bit provocative there. He was good in Dungeons and Dragons. He was. He plays a character where, you just love to hate him, and he plays that kind of smug. He plays it perfectly, that smugness to him. But he says Quentin Tarantino bans telephones from his sets, and quite right so. I would too. If I were a director, he'd say, no phones. We're not waiting for you to finish that tweet for you to get back on set and after we just spent 10 minutes resetting the shot. No, we're not doing that. Anyway, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves comes out this week, and he says, and there are people there, they do, what does he say? And the people there, they all shag each other, or so I'm told. What? So I guess he's recounting stories of past years where, in the old days, quote, he says, by the end of the second week, you're all getting drunk in the evening and having dinner and falling in love with each other and all that, he told Colbert. And all that stopped because of telephones, really. Everyone goes home and looks at Twitter. It's so sad. So I guess he's had, he's had his chance to have, those flings. I'm sure everybody has done it. Hey, we've heard all reports of all the time of stars falling in love with each other it's hard not to when you're acting out those roles, and just as a cast too. I can attest to that. You just work with a cast sometimes, and you become a crew. It's and people do that too. Yes, I understand that. Um, Hugh Grant, just trying to play that up for a little bit of press. So if there weren't telephones on set, there'd be more affairs going on. Yeah, I think so. He says. Quentin Tarantino bans phones. Yeah, very interesting. So yeah, a lot of the stars will be doing a lot of their press tour this week for Dungeons and Dragons. I just thought that was kind of a curious thing to say. I know it's supposed to be provocative. I don't know if it'll land from some people though. They're going to sleep with each other anyway. I thought it was going to be because of, hey, did you just see who went into, Max's trailer down the strip? She went in there. Look here, I got pictures on my phone. I thought it was going to be because of that, not because of people going on Twitter or TikTok. Like, I'm sorry, I'd rather spend time talking with the rest of the cast, having a few drinks, and bonding. That's what working on productions. That's one of the fun things that happens when you work on productions. Bifer says Hugh Grant, famous co-stars Julia Roberts, Renee Zellweger, and you better not have touched my Sandra. I hope not. Yeah, Sandra is one of my all-time favorite actresses. Anyway, yeah, just a weird quote. Curious. He's just trying to have fun, right? Guy Pearce also was trying to say something a little bit more serious, but he got himself. I don't think this is a situation where I don't think he should have gotten in hot water for this. But Guy Pearce issues lengthy apology following trans tweet. So this is a situation and a topic that we have to be careful about, because this is one of those things where you've got people on the extreme sides of either the right side or the left side just looking at videos like this saying, oh, he's a bigot. Oh, he's promoting something hateful or something like that, right? And it's like, careful, guys. Let's just read what it says first and then render judgment. I like Guy Pearce as an actor. He's very talented. So let's see what happened here. Guy Pearce had written a question in a tweet. So he said, a question. If only people allowed to play trans characters are trans folk, then are we also suggesting the only people trans folk can play are trans characters? Surely that will limit your career as an actor. Isn't the point of an actor to be able to play anyone outside your world? And yes, indeed it is, Guy. I look at that statement and I don't see anything wrong in that. But because of the subject matter in itself, anything that broaches this subject, people can spin. People can spin that out of control. It's kind of just like saying, you people. People say you people countless times, but if you say it in a certain situation about a topic like that, then people can spin that towards, you're a bigot. You hate these people, don't you? It's like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Look at what he said. And this is not a new issue. This is something that's been happening for a while now. It's kind of like, I find the point well taken. Because there was a movie that was supposed to come out with Scarlett Johansson where she played a trans character. And the left side of the extreme left side came out and said, no, you can't be that character because you're not trans yourself. You're taking away from trans actors. But you know what happened to that movie? Nothing. They had an actor attached to it. They had a director, and it was going to get made. Then people protested. Scarlett said, okay, I'm not going to do it. And the movie never got made. The movie just got buried. And you don't want that to happen, right? because you lose the exposure to that community, and it falls into the point of like, yes, ScarJo is not a trans person herself, but acting is taking on a role that's not yourself, and that's what I believe Guy Pearce is echoing here. That's what I believe he's echoing, and I don't fault him for articulating that. But as I said, it's easy for people out there to take sentences like this and twist it and distort it. So I guess he was trying to cover his bases. He says he offered sincere apologies for his crassly focusing on just one already harassed minority. Pearce said that none of this is straightforward, but he raised the point after many people asked him whether gay people should have played lead roles in Adventures of Priscilla and stuff like that. So somebody asked him about it, and he's of course one answered it. But a further apology and explanation. No, I don't know. I don't think he had to apologize. I know it's probably PC to offer an apology, but I understood what he was trying to say with it. Because you don't go out and get a mermaid to play the Little Mermaid, because there are no mermaids, all right? That's what he was trying to get at. And he was also trying to say that if you offer only trans roles to trans people, like trans people can't play straight people, yes, they can. And we know that. And we know non-binary people can, because in House of the Dragon, the older Renner actor is non-binary, and they played a she, and they did a good job playing a she. So it's kind of like, guys, let's be a little bit more calmer and reserved when it comes to these issues. And hopefully this isn't going to get blown up and out of proportion. Guy Pearce, go easy on him. I don't think he said anything wrong. That's where I weigh in with it. Chris Schober says, yesterday the actress that played the villain in Ant-Man 3 said yesterday on Entertainment News that I'm coming for you, that guy stars. What? Arglass says, I've seen nothing wrong with that quote from Guy Pearce. The role was written, and it's the best person for the role. Yeah, empathy is the greatest asset an actor can have in their repertoire, for sure. Arglass, for sure. Hopefully it just doesn't become it. Like, I don't want to open up the news tomorrow and see that people are calling for him to be canceled or anything like that. That's where the extreme comes in. Like, he didn't say anything there that cost anybody's job or anything. It's all about context, right? Some people just prefer not to even weigh in on those issues because they're afraid of getting a backlash, and it's topics like that do need to be talked about. We need to sort that out as a society. We need to come to terms and grounds with all of that stuff, and staying silent about it doesn't help. That's what I say. All right, let's move on. The Firm 2. Is that possible? John Grisham's sequel to The Firm coming from Doubleday. The Exchange arrives this fall. So he's written, John Grisham wrote the book The Firm, and he's written a sequel called The Exchange. Fascinating. So it'll come out this fall. New legal thriller titled The Exchange After the Firm. The Exchange After the Firm will mark the return of protagonist Mitch McDeere. Dates October 17th. So this is just the book, guys. This is the book. Now, I don't expect this to be a situation like Heat 2, where Michael Mann wrote the book. That was supposed to be like a prequel / sequel to Heat. I don't think it's going to be like that, where it's going to be like unfilmable unless you totally recast those characters. I do think that a Firm 2, if you get Tom Cruise back as Mitch McDeere, it's possible. Why not? I really do like The Firm. I think it's one of Tom Cruise's better movies, actually. I enjoy watching that a lot. Actually, I think it's on Netflix. Maybe I should put that in queue for us to watch together. Because it is a thriller, and it's a good thriller. It's a really good thriller. So what's this about? The Firm 2. Of course it's going to sell well, right? It's John Grisham. It picks up years, I suppose, after the events of The Firm. Okay, when we last seen Mitch McDeere and his wife Abby fleeing Memphis with the bad guys in Harper's suit, says Grisham. Now they're back, 15 years later. 15 years. So you'd have to change that for the movie purposes. You'd have to say like 20 or 25 years later. And living in New York, where Mitch is an international lawyer and a partner at a mega firm. His work takes him across the globe and not always to safe places. During a trip to Libya, his trusted associate is kidnapped and an execution is threatened unless an enormous ransom is paid. Only Mitch can facilitate the exchange, and I hope readers have as much fun with the novel as I am writing it. So that would be the premise. Now that, a globe, like an international lawyer going across the globe, that's got Tom Cruise written all over it. And his wife, and Jean Triplehorn, right? Is that her name? Triplehorn? Yeah, those two are, she's still working too. She could come back. Yeah, I could see something like that coming together. Why not? Green like that, in give a treatment or something like that for a Firm too. The Firm has that first movie had a big cast. It really did. When you watch that movie now, you're like, that person was in this? Holy crap! I can't believe that they were in it. It was like, it's one of those movies, you know. You didn't know that they were big at the time, but then you watch it now and it's like, my God, Jean Triplehorn. Yeah, there she is. I like The Firm. So if they can adapt that into a sequel, I'd go for it. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? The possibilities of a Firm 2, for sure. Want to check that out. Chris Schober says, do you think that any of his upcoming films aren't going to be canceled? Oh, what, for Guy Pearce? No. I hope not. Chris, I hope not. Yeah, he did play the villain in Ant-Man 3, claiming to be the Mandarin, but no. And, yeah, plus he was also in a lot of stuff. Good actor, really good actor. Christopher Nolan worked with him for Memento. Yeah, Memento is probably one of his better works. Who is in the Prometheus, Alien Covenant, like huge career, right? Guy Pearce, very talented, very versatile actor. He can transform himself, right? Chris says the Kang villain for Ant-Man 3, and I hope upcoming films won't get canceled. Yeah, well, the Jonathan Majors news, you're just kind of sitting on your hands waiting to see what this evidence is, right? Let's move into some TV headlines. We were just talking about House of the Dragon. And House of the Dragon Season 2 is going to be shorter. And HBO eyes Season 3. Well, yeah, we know that what was it? George R.R. Martin or whatever said that he wants to try to make it like 5 seasons. But Season 2 is going to be shorter. Season 1 was what, 9 episodes? It was 9, right? So if it's shorter by like 1 episode, that's fine. It's supposed to come out next year. Yeah, because this is one where you got to film it sooner rather than later because the actors are growing older, right? They're filming it now. Production is to begin on Season 2 in the UK and likely for a summer 2024 release. The initial plan was to have it. It was 10 episodes, I guess. I hear the plan was for another 10 episodes, but given that there's been some script issues, Season 2 will contain 8 episodes. That's fine. As long as it doesn't go down to 6, because I don't think fans resonated with 6 episodes like they did for the last season of Game of Thrones. Down to 6. Yeah, 6 is a little too short for some people. You got to make it at least 8. 8 seems like you got a comprehensive, and that's fine. Just don't. I'm always somebody, don't have a filler episode just to make it 10 episodes. Don't do that. If it takes 8 episodes, fine, that's it. It's quality. It's quality over quantity all the time, right? I'm thrilled to still have 10 hours every season to tell our tale. Martin said about House of the Dragon. Hope that will continue to be true. It's going to take 4 full seasons of 10 episodes just to do it justice to the Dance of the Dragons from start to finish. So he wanted 4 seasons, I suppose, not 5. Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about having 2 less episodes. I watched the first season, House of the Dragon, and went downhill after they replaced Millie Alcock. Yeah, see, that was one of the things too, is that like halfway through the season, they changed the Renner actresses because there was a time jump. And everybody fell in love with Millie Alcock as Rhaenyra, and I was one of those people too. But as I said, the older actress, older actor came in, and they did a good job with it. So some people don't like it. I still think they're going to use flashbacks and still have Millie come back. I think they will for season 2, because it just like people really liked what she was doing. Well, let's see. Story driven, meaning is spend less. How to ruin your show in 3 steps. So you got all the people who are like, no, it's supposed to be long. It's supposed to have 10 episodes. There's supposed to be 2-hour-long episodes. Remember, longer means better. No, it doesn't. Hey, I'm not worried yet. I had lots of fun watching House of the Dragon with you guys here on the channel. And if season 2 is only 8 episodes, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, what's next? X-Files reboot. Yeah, apparently Ryan Coogler, it was announced that he was going to try to reboot the X-Files. And, well, some people are just running with this story saying that now a 3rd movie is necessary. To what? Close off? Have these 2 hand off the franchise to the younger cast? The younger, diverse cast? The thing is that Gillian Anderson has said multiple times that she wants to expand out of this role. And she's a really good actress. We watched her in The Pale Blue Eye this year with Christian Bale. She barely unrecognizable. Like, she did such a great performance in that. And then you also hear stories that apparently these 2 don't get along with each other. Like, they really don't like each other, which sucks because they got great on-screen chemistry. Just be happy that we got that little soft reboot as that revival that we got. Be happy with that, guys, if you're an X-Files fan. I don't know. A reboot with younger cast maybe going on. Yeah, you don't have to follow Mulder and Scully. But it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like, well, they're FBI agents. Should they be really talking about paranormal stuff? Do they really care about that? Sooner or later, it just becomes a little bit meh. Fantastical. I don't know. I like the X-Files a lot. David Duchovny in that role. It's awesome. But does it make a 3rd movie necessary? I don't know. I don't know with that. There was going to be like an animated series or spin-off or something along with that. Apparently that's no longer moving forward because of this news of this Ryan Coogler reboot. So they were going to try to do it in cartoon form. Meh. Let's move on. What's next? New Star Wars show unlike anything Lucasfilm has ever done, according to Star. Jodie Turner-Smith talks about the Acolyte, saying it's going to be mind-blowing. Acolyte is about a dark side user fighting with a Jedi apprentice or something like that. Not much is known about the Acolyte story, including the role Turner Smith's character will be playing, but in an interview with Collider, she said Amandla Stenberg is such an incredible performer. I unfortunately didn't have any scenes with her, but I got to see a little bit of what they have been doing, and I think it's going to be epic. And it's nothing anyone has seen before inside of that universe. I didn't get to use a lightsaber, but I did. What? I didn't get to use a lightsaber, but I did not get to use a lightsaber because I'm not a Jedi. What the heck are you talking about? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but Acolyte, one of the few things that didn't get axed yet because they're filming it now. So that's a curious project. Dark Side user. That's piqued my curiosity. Chris Schober says if we get Reva Star Wars TV series, I won't watch it. No, we're not going to get a Reva series. I think it was pretty loud and clear people didn't like that character. And that tells Lucasfilm it's not giving us good content for Star Wars. Yeah, and that's the fallout too. When you create a show about Obi-Wan and Reva seems to be like the main character, it's kind of like, no, that's not good storytelling. Byford says, my X-Files Dreamcast aren't Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. Well, that would be cool. That would be cool. But the reboot is going to be a TV series, and I don't know if they'd be on board for that. I don't know. All right. Guys, that's all I got for today. But we still got our Twitter roundup to see what's going on out there, see if I missed anything. And in just over an hour, we'll be watching Mandalorian Episode 5. And hopefully today, I'm going to check like around 12:40. I'm going to be sitting here making sure that the Mandalorian loads on Chrome. I'll pull every trick that I learned last week so we're not sitting here saying, well, where is it? Where is it? No, I'll get it going. Yeah, I'm not going to let it get me in a bad mood this time. Not for sure. All right. Let's see what else is going on out there. See if we missed anything. Alicia Vikander and Michael Fassbender to star in Hope. Okay. Well, they're a couple in real life, right? That lucky guy, Alicia Vikander. Yeah, she was really awesome as Lara Croft. That sucks, man, that we don't get her in a second movie with her as Lara Croft. But Michael Fassbender's top-tier talent, right? Yeah. Cool that they're working together. New look at Prime Video series Dead Ringers. Okay, yeah, that's that trailer that, what was it, Chris Schober, you brought that to our attention. Well, we'll probably watch that on the Horror Weekly Roundup. The trailer for it, at least. 10 years ago, Place Me on the Pine Schema, 10 years ago. I really like that movie. That movie was told in 3 segments. One about the robber, one about the cop, and then the third story was about their sons. And then they meet up with each other. I liked the juxtaposition of it all. I really like that movie. And that movie brought on, it really helped win over respect for me for Ryan Gosling. The posters for Dead Ringers. Okay, so I'll have to, April 21st, the poster. Let's see if we can pull that up in a new tab. Give it some scrutiny here. Yeah, because they're twins, right? And she's a gynecologist, so she works on ladies' parts. If you can see, I see what they're trying to do with that poster. I see what they're trying to do. Okay. There's another one there too, isn't there? Yeah. Interesting. Rachel Weisz, married to James Bond, or Benoit Blanc. She's married too. Anyway, the trailer for Obsession, starring Richard Armitage. Huh. Okay. New trailer for Dead Ringers. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Corey Hawkins. Radcliffe for Vanity Fair. Yeah, we saw yesterday that he's going to have his firstborn. Jessica Chastain. Always love her. Vanity Fair. Eva Longoria. New trailer for Asteroid City. Ari Aster describes Beau is Afraid as epic. Every detail has an inside of it. It's like a Jewish Lord of the Rings, but he's going to his mom's house. I want you to put in the experience of being a loser. What? I want to put you in the experience of being a loser. Of Bo? Yeah, it's about Joaquin Phoenix through like different time periods of his life, right? It's going to be abstract from the guy who did Hereditary and Midsummer, Ari Aster. We got a first look. We got another. Oh, so that's a featurette. Asteroid City. Asteroids. Pedro Pascal. All right, guys. House of the Dragon season 2 will premiere in summer of 2024. So that'll be a short. That'll be a short coming out. Yeah. She did a good job as the older Renner. It's just, yeah. Well, I said my piece about it. Yeah. Matt Smith coming back. Damon. He had so many iconic sequences in that. Chopping off the head there. The beach scene where he's running along, killing people. It's just, wow. How could you not look at that stuff and say, wow? And he played it in such a way that you hate him, you love him. You hate him, you love him. It's kind of like great work from him too. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 2. There's Dickinson, Kip Connor. All right, guys, I think that's it for me today. An unscheduled movie news show for today. Hey, it is what it is. I'm going to take my breakfast break now and get ready for Mandalorian in just an hour, guys. Thank you for joining me on today's show. Pfeiffer the Hobbit, Chris Schober, Our Glass Vikings. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains.